guess that the Canadian-American border probably is not as solid as like the Mexican border is or something like that. But I presume it's quite tricky to just cross over without showing any sort of identification to anyone at any point.
Welcome to Shut Nation. He has to be totally guilty of something.
When you're white, they just wave you through. Thank you very much for the sub, appreciate it. Because if you went to say like America, how like let's say you go across the border and you somehow find a way to cross the border from Canada to America without showing your passport, right? From there, you need to do things in America, especially if you've got like a very strong accent. That's potentially going to be an issue if you've got like a kind of obviously mentally disabled and Canadian accent, right? But what about going to a hotel or staying somewhere? Like, surely at some point you need to show your passport. I'm just thinking when I went to America, obviously once I was in the airport, there were numerous times that I had to provide my passport to show like hotel or something like that. Again, nothing conclusive, it just sounds extremely fucking ridiculous.
Get her, sure. I don't expect her to be outside of Canada, but I also wouldn't hire it as a night operator.
Well, I mean, there's only one place that she can go right south in the United States. That would basically be where
that is a false assumption. As I said on my show, she could be on a container of bananas headed towards Paris, right?
Come off it, man! This isn't a fucking movie! How the fuck are you going to get onto a container boat of bananas? That's absurd!
I think it's totally possible. Mama Jeff is capable of everything. There is not a sort of travel that she hasn't done.
That's interesting. What did the investigator say when he told them that?
Well, I told them you'll basically be pursuing a fugitive who has committed no crime. Basically, Mama Jeff will hide from you guys. If you want to have fun finding her, go ahead, but you're probably trying to, and this is my point to the investigator. I get it that you have standards, you have to do stuff. And when you hear about a woman who has disappeared, you have to unleash the whole cavalry at her no matter what. We don't know, she could be in danger. But most likely you're deploying all of these efforts for a party girl who just happens to be hiding very well.
Yeah, I mean, if I was in the investigation, of course that would sound really weird to me that you take a woman, and this is uncommon anywhere for women to be traveling alone, especially in this day and age, let alone, cross country and hidden in banana carts, these funded across borders, 007 style, and also killing all of their electronic equipment so that nobody can track them. It does sound really like I almost don't blame the internet for being kind of mad at you, JF, because it sounds awful fucking suspicious, right?
It's okay that these suspicions develop. Let me tell you, the investigators are super professionals, and they didn't fall for what the trolls of the internet right now.
Wait, is it okay that these suspicions come up, or is it a conspiracy theory and people say that you murdered her? I don't know, man. The suspicion is you killed her because of what you're fucking saying.
Are falling for what the Ramsey Fall of this world. Ramsey Fall is on exactly the line of logic you just laid out here. Oh, it's weird. Oh, you cleaned your house after she was gone. It's weird. Let me tell you.
I did see that video, by the way.
The policemen have shown so much more intelligence than these people who I considered friends. Like Ramsey Fall has been a guest on my show before. I didn't expect to be betrayed like this. But the investigators, they don't fall for this crap. The investigators are all about facts, and they have ways of checking what you say. I remember the first time they interviewed me, he looked at me in the eye and he said, "So you're telling me that we're going to see her at this day, at this hour, on this camera?" And I said, "Yes."
But obviously the police, this guy is likely, at the very least, I don't know how it's determined in police, but like a prime suspect or whatever. I don't know how that's put in. But the police are looking at this guy, no doubt, and thinking, okay, there's some suspicious stuff that we need to look into, right? But they're not going to go to you and be like, oh yeah, we think you did something or something like that. They're going to deal with you very cautiously because they don't want you to do something that could lead to them in their investigation being impeded. They're going to butter you up and be nice to you and make you feel like a smart guy. It's like giving you enough rope to hang yourself with, isn't it? Like, make no mistake, these police officers are currently, digging into any possible line of inquiry to see if this guy has potentially got capability or has done something or slipped up somewhere, and there's some proof that he has done something wrong. So he's acting like, well, the police are really smart. Yeah, to your face, yes, they're giving that impression, but no doubt they're fucking digging to see what the actual situation is.
This isn't fun for leading a suspect at all, ever, at no point of this investigation. Despite the fact that I laid out exactly the same story that I lay out on the internet. So you say, yes, people have their suspicion. I believe that if we can use this case, because of all the nervousness...
Also, imagine the police would put pressure on you to interrogate aspects of your story once they've, arrested you. Once they've arrested you and charged you with a crime, then they're likely to want to turn the pressure up and try and, to try and make the story crack further. Put pressure on to make the story crack further so they can solicit some confession out of you or something like that, right? If they're just doing the preliminary investigation, they are less likely to be hardcore going into someone and trying to go some story. They're just trying to find information to find out what facts are happening. So yeah, this interpretation of police being made like this is all a point from them to make you feel more comfortable with what these are, or about it. So they're not in a position where they can put pressure on you, you feel like you just sort of crack everyone with interrogation or something like that. That's why it's
Oliver family and everything. I think we can use this case positively to detect epistemological error in how the mobs process guilt in our world, and how we always go to the man, and the closest man is always guilty no matter what. I have people telling me, you're still guilty even if you didn't kill her. You're guilty of neglect. And you're still guilty if you haven't neglected her. You're guilty of not having convinced her to stay. At this point, I'm guilty of what? Of being a man and having a woman who doesn't want to be with me anymore. It's insane. They want you to keep the woman, and if you keep her, then you're a kidnapper.